This is Newark Today on WBGO and WBGO.org. Got some thoughts on the mayor's political future, about politics in general. How about public safety in Newark? We got the police director with us tonight. Call us. Join the conversation at 1-800-499-9246. That's 1-800-499-9246. Alexander in the East Ward is joining us on the program. First up tonight, Alexander, welcome to Newark Today. What's your question?
Thank you. Good evening, everybody. Mayor Booker, we spoke in May 2012 on the show about developing a firearm safety program, which I, as a certified firearms instructor in Newark, was willing to provide for free. You commended me for my work and offer. However, when I followed up with your office multiple times, I never received a response. Since then, Obama's 7th executive order last week was to develop a national firearm safety program. Secondly, I think it's contradictory that you support new firearms legislation. Meanwhile, Newark, New Jersey does not abide by current law on how law-abiding citizens can apply for a firearms identification card, specifically Section 2C 58-3F. I met with Sergeant Lopez and directed the mayor's office to address this and correct this in February of 2012, and yet it's still not being corrected. I'd like to know, in respect to both of our times, if you would be willing to meet with me, how we can discuss these issues and how we can protect law-abiding citizens while preventing criminals from obtaining firearms.
Is your offer still good, Alexander, about gun safety program?
Of course it is.
So, bluntly, no, I'm not going to meet with you. If you want to meet with somebody, meet with my police director on these issues. My biggest concern, and police director, you could echo this, law-abiding citizens having guns does not cause us problems in the city of Newark. It doesn't. So you can give firearm safety, you can help us out if the police director thinks that's important, but we don't have law-abiding gun problems with law-abiding citizens and their gun safety. The director could account on that, and if you'd like to offer that, it's not high on my priority list, and frankly right now, dealing with everything from heat emergencies to getting some of this construction done so I can get jobs are my top priority. Secondly, we do not have enough gun laws. We do not have enough gun laws. Let me tell you right now, if in the United States of America, somebody who is a suspected terrorist cannot get on a plane because they're on the no-fly list, but can go to Virginia and go to a gun show, and this terrorist doesn't have to show identification and can buy a weapon, a trunk load full of them, and can do what they did in Mumbai with semi-automatic weapons here in the city of Newark, we don't have enough gun laws. And I don't want to do anything to restrict the Second Amendment rights of law-abiding citizens. But I'm telling you right now, it is far too easy for criminals not to go through background checks to get guns. Gun owners, over 80% of gun owners in America agree with me. And so, I'm sorry, sir, I disagree with you. We need to make sure that in the United States of America, a known criminal or terrorist or somebody with doesn't have the mental capabilities can't buy a gun. It's common sense. So this is why I support what the president has done, which is the very same stance that the mayors against illegal guns have had for years now. So I'm sorry. I know where the guns come from. Sammy, we've traced some of these guns. The plurality of the guns for crimes in Newark obtained by criminals are coming up from the south, from places that have these secondary markets where it's so easy for people to buy guns. So you should join with us in calling for these kind of changes.
Last year here in the city of Newark, we recovered 855 guns. And if you look at the number of those guns that were used in crimes here in Newark, none of them are guns that somebody that lives here in the state of New Jersey went to a police department, filed for a permit, went through the whole process, got that gun, and then that gun was used in a crime. None of them. All of the guns that are being used here in Newark in crimes are guns that are coming up from North Carolina, Pennsylvania, Virginia. They're all guns that are being bought very easily in the southern states and then being transported up here to Newark.
What about the first part of what Alexander brought up? You disagree with him about his point about gun laws, but his offer about offering gun safety courses so people know how to handle guns properly.
Gun safety courses are great for people that want to buy a gun. They want to keep it in their home. These are the law-abiding citizens that buy a gun the proper way here in the state of New Jersey. Those are not the guns that are being used in crime on the streets here in Newark. The guns that are being used here in Newark in crimes are the guns that are coming from the southern states or from Pennsylvania, guns that are being obtained and brought up here much differently than the guns that people want to buy that live here in the state of New Jersey.
This is Newark Today on WBGO and WBGO.org. To join our conversation tonight, question about public safety, about gun control, whatever the question, we welcome your involvement tonight. You can call us at 1-800-499-9246. That's 1-800-499-9246. You can also join us online at Newark Today at WBGO.org.